Well, hello my friends, and welcome back to the bench. Today it's not a glamorous video. You see I got my gloves on. I'm going to show you how I dispose of my my thinned out paint, or when I clear out the airbrush, because I get a lot of questions on that. We do the back flush and you see me off screen dumping it out. I let me get rid of this and I come back. I've never showed where I've been dumping dumping the thinner, and I get a lot of questions on that. The acrylic's not a problem. I even asked my local Dispose facility over here in the dump, and the acrylics just, it can be flushed down the toilet. There's no flame logo on them. Looking for something here with a flame logo, and so because of that, there's no problem. But when you get the flame logo, it takes a little bit. There we go, a little bit more effort. Now, again, they told me the amount we're working with. It's not a big deal. If it was 2 gallons to a 5-gallon drum, then there's a disposal. They got to come out to the house. But we're not doing that. We're not a auto painting place, So they told me this is how you do it. My father actually taught me this a while ago. The product he used I couldn't find, but this product I'm about to show you is what the local dump place told me to do. You just pour it in this, and you can just throw it in the trash when you're done. And that's what I've been doing. But I just threw one out. It lasts quite a while, and I thought of it because I just did the other video on how to clean your airbrush, and so instead of just doing it again behind the scenes, I'm going to do it now and show you what I'm using and what they told me how to properly dispose of, which is pretty much easy. Let's see if we can get this on camera. This is the product that, oh man, let's see if we can pan this out. How about this? Let's do this. Hold on, guys. I want to get you to see the whole bag. There it is. Look at that. All right. This is $6.99. This was literally $7. And you can see how big it is. Here's the airbrush next to it. It's a nice big bag. It lasts me quite a while. But you see, it's great for oil, paint, automotive fluids, solvents, other liquids. And they told me, and I've been doing this for years now, take this, put it in a jar. I use a mason jar. Fill it up, and just keep dumping, your dirty lacquer paint in there and stuff, and the thinned out paint from the airbrush, paint that you clean your brushes with. When you clean your brush, I say clean out your brush. That dirty thinner, just pour it in here, and you shake it up so it absorbs, and you keep going until it's kind of all fully discolored. I'm going to show you what happens to it on a smaller scale, but this is what I do. I actually take a mason jar. I got a bunch of them. I fill it up. You can use any jar. And I prefer glass, but it won't melt because it's going to absorb the paint. It's not going to melt if you use plastic. But yeah, this stuff is really, really good, but it's fine, fine, fine. I just cut this open, by the way. There it is in there. See it? You told me there's a couple of cat litters you can use, but at this price, and it's so light, I use this. It's $6.99. Well, I paid $6.99 locally. I don't know where you guys get it in your area. I didn't even look if it's on Amazon. If it is, I'll put a link below, if it's reasonable anyway. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a real fluffy tight powder, and it just absorbs. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you how I put it in the jar, but I'm going to do it on a smaller scale. So I'm going to do it in this glass cup here to show you what happens. So we're just going to take some of it here. There we go. That's just to show you what we're going to do. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour some paint in it and show you what happens. Let me pause the camera because I'm going to put this on the floor. I'm going to fill up the jar. And I'm going to go back and show you thinned out dirty paint, dirty thinner, and show you what happens. So let me get rid of this and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I'm going to take the gloves off as I've done everything I could as far as this powder goes. Here it is in the mason jar. We'll put that aside because I'm going to actually show it to you out in the open in this. And for this, we'll use some of this Tamiya because I got 2 jars of this. Flat black, I know it's going to be a waste, but it's to show you guys. So it has a greater purpose. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's put some thinner in here first. So I'm not going to use my nice new leveling thinner. I'm going to go ahead and use just regular hardware store thinner. Oops. My pipette doesn't want to behave today. All right, let me put that back. Oh, where's my steers? Hold on. Let me pause it 1 second, guys. Misplaced my stirring stick. I should have just grabbed some. You can see them in the back right there, but I knew I had one next to me. So here we go. We put some thinner in here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make some dirty thinner, we'll call it. All right. So we'll just take some of this. Not a lot. We don't have to. We just want to change the look of this so you can see that it's dirty thinner, so to speak. So, all right. Let's get this out of here. All right. This is going to fall over. Let me do what I normally do, and that's cut my paint sticks in half. There she goes. Oh, laid it on the shelf in front of me. So there you go. I cut these in half. That's what I do. I stretch out my product, so to speak. All right. So we'll pour this in, and I'm going to show you what we actually end up with. So off the camera, you'll see me. I'm pouring this into that jar right there. That's my fresh one, so that will be the next jar that I use. And I'll just dump it right in. You know, I'm just mixing it up so you guys can see what happens to it here. And what you do is you just shake the jar up. It ends up looking, white for quite a while. But watch as I keep stirring this, how it really absorbs all of the solvent, the paint. And you can actually touch this with your fingers, and you're going to get no paint on your hands. That's how absorbent this stuff is. The guy says this is industrial stuff. Zepp actually started as an industrial company, and they actually branched out, and then they made these, smaller bags of this stuff. They were buying it by the, 50-pound bags of this stuff to keep at industrial places where they used hazardous materials. And someone in the company had the idea to, hey, we can do this on a smaller scale, and people can keep this in their house. Anyway, what you do is you take the paint, like I showed you, like when you back flush it and you see me dumping it, because I don't like to spray the dirty lacquer back through it again. I dump it out until it becomes clear. And then if you have any leftover paint, if you don't put it in a jar, I pour that in here too. But check this out. It's, get this out of the way. It's totally absorbed. You see a little bit of black in there, and I poured a lot in there actually, just straight up. Now you can see some down here, but it's still not going to, watch this, see it? It's going to cling to this material and make it, stabilize it. Here's some black right here. And it's still, even when I do this, it's still not going to stick to my fingers. It's going to be absorbed into the powder. And then, after about a month, 2 months, if I can judge this, that it's kind of really dirty, I just dump it. They told me to just take the jar. You can actually dump it into your trash bin, he told me. I just take the jar and toss it. I know it gets to be expensive, but don't have to use nice jars. You guys can actually just use cheap jars. Keep your tomato sauces and all that. Just keep those put aside. But as he said, you can actually just dump this actually into the trash. See this? I can dump this like you would cat litter, he told me. And that's right from the place. That's right from the dump, the hazardous dump in my area that does this. Each city should have one. And it don't even involve them anymore. He said this is just your local place. So, I mean, without wasting this, let's go ahead and pour it in here. All right, and you can judge it a little better in the glass jar after, some weeks. But you pour it in, like I just showed you. You shake it up. Actually, as it sits overnight, it ends up absorbing it. I do this for about, sorry from hitting the camera, I do this, once a week, absorb it up. And it ends up looking like this for quite a while. And let's get this out of here. It's not that dusty. It's because I'm showing you guys out in the open how to use this stuff. Usually you don't get any of that at all. And that is it. That is the non-glamorous video of the day. So you dump your solvents in here. Like he told me acrylics can be flushed. Just put that in a rag and throw that straight into your trash too if it's an acrylic. But any solvent, enamel, or lacquer, go ahead and just pour the rest in here, the leftover, the dirty thinner, right into this material, and you're good to go. And those guys saved me for quite a while. I know my father had the spray painting company that we owned as a family. There was professionals that came out and took all the old acetone, but he had barrels and barrels of it. Whereas this is they told me it's not required. When you're talking barrels, yes, up to the auto painting places, but for hobbies, he says this is all you need, and this gets the job done. And I've been doing it ever since. And a big thumbs up to those guys because they really saved me. And I'm doing the right thing by pouring it in here. Like I said, he said you can't use cat litter, but that ends up getting kind of expensive, and cat litter is kind of dusty. This is, even though you've seen it, falling here, when you touch it and hit it, there's no cloud of dust coming up. It's dust free in that sense, that it doesn't kick up, at all. None of it is, like I could shake it. If it's cat litter, you're going to get a dust. This. Now there's a dust-free cat litter, but then the price starts to go up, which defeats the purpose of this again. Let me move this camera so it doesn't keep shaking on you guys. There we go. Anyway, there you go. More of my thinner has come back in, so grab my leveling thinner at Robot Kai. My new paints, I believe, are coming in soon. I got a notice that it looks like they've shipped out of the port and are on their way in. So that is coming soon. And I got 2 tests coming up. A decal solution, because that leads into my next test, where I'm going to test this new clear. I'm going to spray it over decals and see if it affects it. And it's also a primer. It's a 2-for-1 clear. It's a top coat and it's a primer. So that test is coming up soon. But before that, I want to do the decal set test, and because that leads into the next test. So we got our next few videos lined up, and I'll have my paint hopefully very soon. The guys are excited. When I say my new paint, where is my little cat guy? These are what I'm talking about. This is the glacial blue that I just sprayed in a couple of videos ago. So that is coming up. Where's the bottle to that? There you go. Look at that. Oh, you know what, guys? I got some sitting here. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. I should do this. It's not out yet. Here it is. Yeah, there's 6 colors in these, and there's also golds and silvers, aluminum. That's also part of the lineup. I think there's 11 colors in the lineup. But that's the blue. Where is the blue? Here it is. Here. So there you go. Those are coming very soon. Aren't they beautiful? I'm very excited for these. The reason I like these is, besides how great they look, they're very thick, so you can brush them on and you can airbrush them. So it's a dual purpose instead of being just a straight out airbrush paint. You get dual purpose with that. And they're thick, so you're going to get a lot of value for your money on these. Probably going to quadruple what you got in here by thinning it. There's my name on it already. All right, so there you go, guys. Yeah, use this trick for disposing your lacquers or your solvents, and you're good to go. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell, hit all, as we aim to put up multiple videos a week. We're keeping that trend going. It's kind of busy time for me. I shop and deliver retail, and you know what that is. And it's busy this time of year. So I will do at least one video. I'll try and keep up with the 2. Sometimes I might do 1. I apologize now. At least 1, though. I will never dip below that. And so that's the story right now. If you see less than 2 videos a week, that's what's happening. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go back and listen to more music. I got more music coming in. I'm replacing a CD collection. I had 10,000 CDs at one point that I sold. Once all my cars got rid of the CD players, I tried to digitize most of it. But I'm getting into it again, as you can see my stereo is right there. That's a brand new streamer right there. You can stream your hard drive music through your stereo. And I might go over that maybe on my Patreon channel. Very excited for that. But anyway, that is all. I don't want to get off on music. That's my second love. And yeah. All right, guys. We will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your week. God bless you all. Have a great day.